What's up, team? Welcome to the WOD Nutrition YouTube channel yet again. Now, before we get going and I go into the topic of today, 70% of you that watch these videos aren't subscribing to the YouTube channel. And so therefore we can't reach other people we want, and you can't get notified when I come out with new videos for free specifically to you to reach your goals, to lose body fat, build muscle, crush your WODs, and of course, not tracking macros. So go ahead, take a second or two, click that subscribe button below so you can get notified when new videos come out. Today's topic is going to be all around how to build muscle and a tier list of things in priority you need to be doing. We're going to start with the S, godlike tier. Now this godlike tier is stuff that you absolutely need to be doing if you want to build muscle, get lean, and look like you do 4 to 5 watts per week. Then we're going to go to the A tier. The A tier is absolutely critical in order to see muscle building growth over the long term. B, it would be great to be doing these things. They're definitely going to be beneficial, but it's not absolutely necessary. C, take it or leave it. D, don't do this for muscle gain. It's not going to help at all. And F, please stay away from this if you're trying to build muscle. It will actually hinder your progress in doing so. If you're somebody that's looking to build muscle, you're tired of not getting the predictable results that you want, and you're thinking about nutrition all the time and you're not seeing any results, there are a variety of reasons that could be happening. I'm hoping this podcast helps, but if you're ready to take the next step and want 2025 to be your year, go ahead and click the link below in the description. This is where you can get to learn a little bit more about our team here at CBG, the 10,000 plus clients and athletes we've helped losing 4 to 5 watts per week. You will have the opportunity to possibly work with our team if we qualify and we're a good fit to work together. But first, learn more, click the link, and hope to see you soon. Let's get into the topic for today, building muscle. Building muscle is absolutely important, and I'll tell you why. A lot of people want to look better and they want to get stronger. Now, a lot of us, when we think of looking better, we think fat loss. However, what is one way, sneaky way, to lower your body fat percentage without losing body fat? You guessed it, it's building muscle. If you build muscle, your body fat percentage goes down. Your total body fat in terms of total fat on your body remains the same, but your percentage decreases. So, first thing for today, cheat days, or otherwise known at CBG as recovery meals. Recovery meals can help benefit, keep us on track longer, give us the foods that we enjoy, and incorporating them in moderation once throughout the week and staying on track over the long term. Cheat meals in general, or recovery meals in general, or recovery days are super important. Also otherwise known as dieting breaks, which can go for longer stints of time, 2 or 3 days, where you intentionally bump up your calories. Your calories are already going to be bumped up, especially if you're going to be in a place where you're trying to build muscle, right? You got to make sure you eat. That's key. Can't be under eating and build muscle. That's impossible. But cheat days or recovery meals, recovery days are pretty important. I would say incorporating them regularly are good. I'm going to put this in the C category. I think it is beneficial for building muscle, but it's not absolutely necessary, but it helps keep you on track longer by incorporating these. Go ahead and incorporate it and do it. C category for cheat days, recovery meals. Next, alcohol. Now, we went over this on the tier list for fat loss last week. Alcohol is not good for anything, right? Now, small amounts of alcohol, social settings and things to let loose and feel good can help us feel like we should stay on track, over the long term. However, from a molecular perspective, it's really not going to be beneficial. And so unfortunately, alcohol has to go in the F category, just like it was for fat loss. It's not going to be beneficial for building muscle. Intermittent fasting. All right, now we went over this for fat loss. I don't like intermittent fasting if you're doing 4 to 5 watts per week. You can't hit your protein goal. It's very difficult, and it's literally glorified binge eating. The same holds true for building muscle. I'm putting it in the D category. I would not recommend this. It could be detrimental to actually reaching the goals that you have, especially when it comes to building muscle. However, it can be successful for some. Next, steps. When it comes to fat loss, steps are pretty important. I believe I put them in the B category. You guys can let me know. I don't remember, but it's somewhere in the top. Very important to do. With building muscle, not as important. Take it or leave it. I'm gonna put steps in the C category, right? Could be beneficial, not gonna really make or break whether you build muscle. So it's going in the C category. Incorporate steps as needed. That's about it. Next, the carnivore diet. I actually added this from last week when I talked about the fat loss. The reason I added this is because I'm hearing more and more craze about this carnivore diet, guys. And if you've been around enough in the diet industry or on Instagram or literally not living under a rock, you know that every 5 years there's a new craze and a new approach and diet approach that people are taking, and it's the best thing ever. 5 years ago is when the documentaries came out around being vegetarian and vegan. Game Changers documentary. Now it seems to be carnivore because Joe Rogan says he does carnivore and it keeps his level stable. Well, let me tell you something. If you're doing 4 to 5 watts per week and you're doing carnivore, you're leaving a hell of a lot of room on the table to see the results that you want and hit PRs and get stronger and just for life. Okay? Why? Because the undisputed king of WOD energy is carbohydrates. And under carnivore, you're not getting the adequate amount of carbohydrates necessary to fuel properly for your WODs. Carnivore, F category for fat loss and for building muscle. In this case, I don't think that it's going to be beneficial long term. It's not sustainable. You're literally eating the same foods all the time. F category. Next, nutrient timing. I like this one. So I think a lot of people focus on nutrient timing too much. There are two aspects of nutrient timing I want to go over. Nutrient timing from a nutritional science-based perspective, that if you eat at certain times throughout the day, it's going to help improve your recovery or help improve with fat loss or building muscle is one aspect. The other nutrient timing perspective is building habits. Eating throughout the day when you're available and planning ahead. That's also very important as well. And a lot of people don't plan ahead and do this, which is a component of nutrient timing. Nutrient timing overall is pretty important when it comes to muscle building, also for fat loss. For building muscle, I'm actually gonna put nutrient timing in the B category. It's important to eat around your workout and eat enough carbs around your workout. It's not absolute necessity to see results because total calories matter more, but if you can be strategic about when you're eating, you can see some pretty amazing benefits. Next, calorie surplus. Okay, so now we're talking about the calorie. Very important. I'm gonna put calorie surplus it's going in the S category. I mean, come on, you can't build muscle if you're not in the calorie surplus. There are some ways to build muscle and lose fat at the same time, otherwise known as body recomp if you're at calorie maintenance. But there are other specific things that need to be done at the same time. So for building muscle, I'm putting calorie surplus in the S godlike tier, the first thing in the S tier in this video for building muscle. So make sure you're doing this. If you're not, you're going to be flailing week after week, wondering why you're not hitting PRs, getting stronger, or building the muscle that you want. Next, protein. Okay, very important. We know protein is the most important macro if you're doing 4 to 5 watts per week. But how important is it relative to building muscle? Let's say your calorie surplus was from carbs and from fats only. Yikes, that would be weird. First off, not having any protein in your diet. But second, that's not going to be good for building muscle because protein is pretty important for muscle recovery and building more muscle over time. I'm going to put protein in the A category. It's very important. We need enough protein consistently to repair muscle tissue and grow our muscles larger. So protein, A category. Make sure you're getting enough of this. It's a necessity if you want to build muscle. Next, creatine. Holy moly, back to back. Creatine is the most important supplement if you're doing 4 to 5 watts per week. It is known to be the best performance enhancing supplement out there that is legal and that works. Creatine itself, for building strength, for building muscle, for better recovery, you better be taking creatine. Talk to your doctor if you have any pre-existing kidney issues. Otherwise, creatine is going in the S category. I'm putting it up there with calorie surplus. They got to go hand in hand. You got to be taking 5 grams daily. Don't question it. Just do it. Thank me later. Next, protein powder. So this is interesting because protein we actually put in the A category, but protein powder is not a necessity to hit your protein goal, but it's pretty important. Make hitting your protein goal more easily, right? If you drink protein. That's the purpose of it, right? To supplement in your already existing protein intake. So I'm actually going to put protein in the B category. You don't absolutely need protein powder to hit your protein goal, but you absolutely need protein to build muscle, and that helps. So B category for protein powder. Next, cardio. I'm putting it in a D category. I was debating between D and F, but it's not actually going to hurt you building muscle if everything else at the top tier is working well, like if you're still in a calorie surplus, right? But it's good for cardiovascular health. We talked about the steps, which are important, which we put in the C category. So if you're building muscle, it's not really gonna help or hurt. It could hurt if you do too much, so I'm putting it in the D category. No need to do a lot of cardio when you're trying to build muscle, right? Makes sense. Next is water intake. Well, water is like a necessity for life. So I feel like when it comes to building muscle, like if you don't drink water, you're gonna die. I guess water intake we have to put in the S category, right? Like if you want to get, and from a molecular perspective and just chemical biology based perspective, water is gonna get, micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, and other, compounds to where they need to be in the body, transport it to muscle tissue. It helps transport creatine to muscle tissue as an example. And so water intake is a necessity for life. So it obviously has to be a necessity for building muscle. So I'm gonna put it in the S category. Make sure you're drinking enough water, guys. I mean, pretty straightforward. We like to have people target around half their body weight in ounces. So as a range, body weight in pounds. Water intake, super important. But yeah, that's what I would be doing. Next, strength training. And this is a tough one. You have to be doing progressive overload and strength training. But here's the thing, if you're a beginner lifter or just a beginner to nutrition, there are people that build muscle that don't even do strength training. They do some cardio and they eat right. That's how powerful the nutrition can be on that. And if you eat right and don't even train hard or work out, you can still build muscle. It's possible. Just because you're eating the protein quantities, right, that are necessary and the calories necessary. You know what? Strength training, I'm gonna put in the A category. I think it's an absolute must, but you can build muscle without it. I wouldn't recommend it. Like I would be doing progressive overload and strength training. Keep that in mind. Strength training's key. You need to have it. Definitely be incorporating strength training, going in the A category. Now, if you're somebody that is looking to incorporate some of these things, but have trouble with the accountability part or knowing exactly what to do in the right amounts, and maybe time to kick things up to the next level, right? And that could mean booking a call with our team, or at least learning more about what we do here at CBG to help people lose body fat, build muscle, and crush their wads without tracking macros. If you're somebody that spent 3 hours in MyFitnessPal, you're tired of it, or you're maybe doing that and not even seeing results, it's clearly time for a change. So if you want 2025 to be your year for any of the goals I mentioned, click the link below in the description to just learn more. You'll see some testimonials and examples of our team. There's a free training in there on recomp, and learn more and hope to chat with you if you feel that we're a right fit for you. Next, carbs. Carbs are important, right? We know that because I put carnivore in the F category, and that's one thing missing from the carnivore diet that's important. But I don't think carbs are as important as protein, which we put in the A category. So I'm putting carbs in the B category. I think they're important. You need to have carbohydrates to get to that overarching calorie surplus goal. It's not a necessity, let's say, to be perfect with your carbs to get there, if that makes sense. Carbs are going in the B category, and very much similarly, the next category is fats, or the next item is fats. I'm gonna put that in the B category as well. You can use fats as a calorie buffer to upregulate or downregulate your total calorie amount because it's 9 calories per gram, as most of you know. So fats are important for building muscle, and you can use them strategically to help get there faster. So I'm putting fats in the B category. Next is sleep. I feel like this is the same as water. You're not gonna build muscle if you don't sleep enough, right? And also you need water to live, you need sleep to live. So I'm gonna put sleep in the S category. Absolute must if you're looking to build muscle. You need to sleep enough, and you need good quality sleep. I think that's where a lot of us get confused. Hours in bed is not good quality sleep, so keep this in mind. Moving on to food quality. Food quality is certainly overrated. I think people always focus organic, little nuts and seeds, little starch, no sugar. BS, guys. It doesn't need to be perfect food quality to lose fat. And you don't need perfect food quality to be healthy or to build muscle. You just don't. It's flat out lie. And so all of these fear mongering, like you need to follow this specifically, don't eat sugar, it's causing this, and it's all BS. Focus on total calories, focus on good quality foods most of the time, and make sure you're hitting the macronutrient distributions. This is most important. So food quality, I'm actually gonna put in the C category. It's not gonna hurt or harm building muscle. Food quality can actually prevent you from building muscle because it's hard to get in the calorie amount. You gotta eat a lot of calories when you're building muscle, right? And eat enough. And sometimes if you're always focused on the perfect food quality, it's gonna be hard to get there. I'm gonna go with the C category for food quality. Next are weight gainers. So I know last time for fat loss, we actually talked about like fat loss pills, fat burners specifically, and that they don't really do much. Here, I'm gonna put weight gainers, and specifically what I mean by weight gainers is like a weight gaining protein powder, like stuff with a lot of calories in it in one, shake. Now, this can be beneficial to help hit that calorie surplus goal, but weight gainers not absolutely necessary. And so kind of like protein, similar to where I put in that category, weight gainers also have a good amount of protein in them. I'm gonna put them with protein powders, which I believe I put in category B. Putting it with category B lines up perfectly. If you're someone that really struggles to eat enough food to be able to hit that surplus and build the muscle that you want, weight gainers is definitely gonna be something you might wanna explore, and so therefore B category. And lastly, what you guys all been waiting for, tracking macros. Do you need to track macros to build muscle? You don't need to track macros to build muscle, and that's a huge misconception out there for people that are looking to understand their intake, be it that surplus. There are easier ways to do it. It can help you get there. I'm gonna put tracking macros in the C category. Take it or leave it. If you're somebody that loves the numbers and likes being in MyFitnessPal all day, go for it. Track away. But for most people, I don't think it's sustainable long term, and so I think utilizing other strategies like portion sizes, nutrient timing, and using our blueprint system is going to be a better bang for your buck long term. If you're looking to learn more about our blueprint system, go ahead and click the link below. You'll learn more about the clients we've worked with, the 10,000 people we've helped lose body fat, build muscle, crush their wads without tracking macros. 2025 can be your year if you're ready to make that decision to really move forward with your goals and actually look like you do 4 to 5 watts per week. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you on the next one. WOD Nutritionist, peace out.